Hi guys, today on Average Reviews from an Average Guy, we're going to be looking at the Fender 100 Acoustic Amp. Alright guys, and welcome to another Average Review. So today we're looking at the Fender Acoustic 100 amp, which, as the name would suggest, is an acoustic amp at 100 watts made by Fender. Now this amp comes in two different varieties, the 100 here and the 200, which you probably guessed is a 200 watt version of the same amp. So with the design of this, they've really gone for that acoustic aesthetic, from the finished plywood with the rounded edges to the brown grille cloth at the front here. It's just screaming to be paired with an acoustic guitar. It has a carry handle integrated into the top, which does not distract from the design and is actually remarkably comfortable to use. Inside, we have just the one 8-inch full range whizzer cone. This thing comes with two separate channels with two separate sets of effects to go with. So let's have a look at the top. Okay, so we have our two identical channels mirroring each other. The input is a combination jack and XLR. So this thing is very much geared towards the singer-songwriter, with the ability to plug in not just your guitar, but a microphone as well. Then you have a 3-band EQ and a digital effects. You have the level and then the actual selector itself. Now these effects are effects that I think Fender has chosen because they work well with an acoustic. You've got reverb, echo, delay, chorus, tremolo, and then a couple of combined ones there with a chorus and delay and reverb. That's right. Outputs on the back are two balanced XLR out, so you can plug into a PA, and you also have a foot switch, which you can buy independently to help control the effects without having to return to the amp each time. Also on the top you have a phase switch for each channel, just to help try and combat if you have any feedback issues. You have a phones jack out, so you can listen to your amp without, waking up the whole neighborhood. And an auxiliary input in, so you can connect an external device. And speaking of connecting an external device, this thing also has Bluetooth capability built into it. So you can connect your tablet or your iPhone via Bluetooth and use it as a speaker. Pretty cool. I actually have used this speaker on a stage whilst I sat at the back of the audience with my iPad and performed a full show using that Bluetooth capability, which was impressive. So enough talk, I think. You guys want to know how this thing sounds? Let's plug it in and find out. Okay, and there you go. So I love this little box. I love how it looks, and I'm a big fan of the sound. When I first saw it in the store and plugged in, I bought it then and there. I thought it was such a transparent sound. And the digital algorithms that you would expect to colour the tone don't. It still sounds very sweet and acousticy. The effects are lovely. The reverb I use quite frequently. The echo is another one that comes up here and there. I'm not a fan of chorus on acoustic guitar anywhere, so I haven't used that, but I'm sure it's a nice one. But the built-in effects are good, yeah. All in all, it's a clever little box. Well done, Fender. Pros and cons. Pros. It's a lovely sounding amp. The tone isn't discoloured by any of the algorithms going on, and the EQ is subtle enough to enhance your tone. The digital effects are really quite decent. Reverbs are very nice, and the room and the hall have enough difference that it's worth having the two. Aesthetically, it looks really nice, and it really suits that acoustic vibe. Having that built-in carry handle makes it incredibly easy to transport, and it doesn't weigh a lot at all. The two channels with the combination jacks make it so versatile. You can use it for guitar, for vocals. The Bluetooth capability means you can use it as a speaker. There's a lot that this can do, and it's good at all of it. The price isn't remarkably high. It retails for about 350 British pounds here, which, correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere around $400 in the US. Let me know if I'm getting that completely wrong. But I don't think it's an expensive amp. It's not cheap, but if you're serious about getting a decent sound, this will do it on a reasonably decent budget. Cons. Just a couple to tell you about, and it could be specific to mine, and I'm lazy and don't get things looked at or fixed, and I have no electronic knowledge at all. When the amp is on, there is this constant hiss. Even with my volumes right down, I always have the hiss. It doesn't bother me because you can't hear it, and I can't hear it when I'm playing live. But it's there, and this could be a problem with the amps in general. It could be something I've done. I could have dropped it. I don't know, but it's there. I've had it for quite a few years now, and it's developed over the last 2 years, I think, to make you aware that it's there. If you know what it is, tell me in the comments, please. I'm so lazy with this sort of stuff because, you know, I find the electronic side of things boring. I just like how it sounds. Also, when I play in my full band with drums, electric guitar and bass, I've had to crank this quite a few times within a rehearsal space. When I do that, and this is using my Martin Dreadnought, the bass gets really boomy and starts to distort the sound. Now, this really is just within this rehearsal space that it has happened, where I'm competing against all these other instruments and being a guitarist. I want to be heard above everyone else because, you know, I want it. But yeah, it's caused a rumble. I've never had it in a live situation, but again, I want you to be aware of all the little things that I find. That's one of the little things. It hasn't changed anything, and whenever it makes that noise, I turn it down and it's fine. So be aware. Hasn't happened on any other guitar, just the Dreadnought. But there we go. to let you know. All in all, I think this is a lovely sounding amp. I think it's a lovely looking amp. I think it's an easy to control amp. I think the effects work beautifully in it, and the fact that you have two independent channels that you can control the EQ and effects of is brilliant. The fact that each one is a combination of jack or microphone is fantastic. So as a singer-songwriter, grab your amp, go and play, and you're done. It's superb. I love it. There's a couple of things, but they could be completely specific to me, but at the same time, they don't bother me. Wonderful thing. Okay, so there we go. Have you got one of these Fender amps already? Or do you have another acoustic amp that you think that I need to know about or even avoid? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Any questions? Ask me here, but just not about the electronics. I have no idea about them. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've been Simon from Tomorrow Bird, just an average guy giving you an average review. Till next time.